feeling frustrated. Can you relate to this picture? Because you are frustrated because you're not seeing the results that you want online. Perhaps you're about to give up, or you're saying, I don't know if either my strategy's not good, my sales is not good, my products is not good. What is it that's not working? And you're all frustrated because you're not seeing the results, which ultimately you're not seeing the sales from your marketing. You're not seeing consistent growth. Or perhaps worse yet, you're seeing no growth. If that is you and you are tired of feeling frustrated, I want you to check out our training today. Stay with us, as today we're going to look about how you can improve your online results. Stay with me, and that's what we're going to cover on today's Bizniversity Live Biz TV show. I want you to imagine you having a very peaceful, restful night, and when you get up in the morning, I want you to imagine the feeling that you would have because you pick up your phone, you look online at your PayPal, at your bank account, and this morning you are totally satisfied with your online results. Do you think that's possible? Absolutely. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about simple secrets to increase your online results or your results online. First of all, let me begin by saying thank you for joining me today, and also letting you know that because you have joined me, at the end, I have a free gift offer that I'm going to be sharing with you. So make sure you participate by asking questions. And at the end, I am going to let you know how you can take advantage of this free gift. By the way, if you have any questions whatsoever, please make sure to write them there in the chat. And yes, good morning, Lois. It is great to have you. Love when people join me. Please make sure that you share any questions that you have right there in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are bashful, or if you do not have any questions right now, please feel free to email me at bizniversity.com, and I'll make sure to answer your questions. So by now you may be asking yourself, who am I if you don't know me? My name is Evie Hernandez, and I am your Bizniversity Strategic Growth Speaker. And today I'm going to talk about how we begin this process of getting results online. And we must begin with the end in mind. And hello and welcome, Barbara Barron. So nice to have you. Thank you. Even if you're joining me for a little bit, I greatly appreciate you joining me. Please feel free to ask me questions here or email me. So we must first begin with the end in mind. What that means is that we must begin with the strategy. What is it that we want? And in that strategy, of course, we look at what are the results that we want to get from being online, marketing online, and trying to sell online. What is it that we want? Because you will agree that there are many different results that you may want. Perhaps you're looking for more engagement, or maybe you're looking, which could be in the form of either people commenting on your social media posts, or it could be by people opening and clicking your email marketing campaigns, maybe by driving traffic to your website and having people read your blog, as well as perhaps even more important, clicking on somewhere on your website where you're selling something. So I'd like to know if you could write that below. What would be one of your top goals for you to assess your results online? Please share that in the comments. What would you consider to be results? What would be those key performance indicators, perhaps, of how you're defining your level of satisfaction with your online results? That's the first thing I would like for you to please write below and let me know, because that's the first thing. Begin with the end in mind. What is your strategy? And in considering this strategy, I'm going to go over a few things that you must be considering. Awesome, Barbara. Congratulations. Your email list is growing and you want it to grow more. That's awesome. And for that goal, you can narrow it down to deciding what will be your overall strategy and then your email strategy. And before we get into what are those results, like getting to grow your email list, we need to look at the buyer's journey and understanding the buyer's journey. So whether we're talking about one-on-one in-person sales or online sales through any of the different channels that we now have, we need to really consider who is our buyer, where is our buyer, and where they are in the buyer's journey. This is key, not only to your overall success with the results that you want, but also to be able to help you to not have so much frustration. So if you're feeling frustrated because you're not seeing results, it may be perhaps because you've forgotten. Maybe you heard about the buyer's journey, but you forgot it. And if you did, that's okay. That's what we're here today to discuss that. Because for many years, although when I was doing my MBA in marketing, I learned about the buyer's journey, I had forgotten. And it's very important to be able to understand that so that we are not frustrated by what we're doing, by our results, and so we can manage what we're going to do moving forward in our business. So when we think about the buyer's journey, I want you to remember this definition. The buyer's journey is the process that you go through to make someone aware of your products, services, and solutions, help them to evaluate if your product, service, and solutions is what that particular prospect is looking for, and then help them decide, yes, that is the product, service, and solution that they need to solve their problem. So when we talk about strategy, we must in there think about what is the problem that my ideal client is having, and how do one of my products, services, and solutions solve that problem? When we begin there, then we could understand what are the steps. And here I'm demonstrating the steps in 7 steps. I want to just share with you that in recent online summits and conferences that I've attended for marketing, there is suggestions, and also there's quite a bit of research that indicates that the buyer's journey online may have extended to not just be 7 touches, but 7 or even all the way to 14. You remember that you might have learned in school, or because you know it online, that it requires about 7 touches. That could be 7 email marketing campaigns, that could be 7 social media posts, whatever it is. Yes, absolutely. The buyer's journey helps you evaluate if that is what you need, what you want, and what you desire. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. Therefore, we must understand where our prospects or our clients, if they're already clients, are in that. And once we understand that, then we could begin creating the content that they want to hear about, so that it helps them move along, move up that ladder, if you will, or take the steps necessary to move forward and move up. And you can then be able to give them what they need because you are solving their problem. And so I want you to remember this when we're talking about the different stages or the different steps in the buyer's journey. So at first you have awareness or attention. which of course now more than ever, it's becoming more competitive and a bit more difficult to maintain. Well, first to get it, secondly, to maintain the attention and get awareness, brand visibility about your product, service, or solution. So, what are you going to do to be able to get that awareness that you do have something that solves a problem? That is the first step, understanding that. And I'm going to move forward a little bit because here I want to simply share with you what we call our Bizniversity strategic growth system, because I am a firm believer that within your strategy, as you're progressing in your business, as you're growing your business, and also as the client is progressing through these steps, you are moving the client or the prospect from that attract attention stage all the way up, perhaps to that seventh step we just spoke about, which was that place where now they have bought, now you have retained them, and now they're giving you reviews, testimonials, they're your advocates. So when you think about the strategy, then within that strategy, you may start thinking about what are going to be the tactics and the tools. So what I mean by that is, for example, let's say that you want to leverage speaking, or perhaps you want to leverage videos or email marketing. If we dive a little deeper into that tactic within your strategy, maybe you decide that you want to use email marketing. And within email marketing, maybe you decide that you want to use the tool of Constant Contact or Kajabi or any of a series of different tools available to you for email marketing. So you decide, what is the tool that I'm going to use to first attract brand visibility, brand awareness, so that then I can capture that as a lead or a prospect, and then I can convert them, and then I can retain them. And so remember I said the 7 steps as you're accelerating, and there's like an ascension model as they're going up. And I also indicated that this buyer's journey could be 7 to 14 steps. And I want you to remember that, because sometimes, whether it be email marketing campaigns that you're doing, like email marketing automation, or videos that you're creating for YouTube, or perhaps on Facebook Live, we need to think about how we're going to move them from one step, one stage to the next, so that we get results. And as I mentioned, this could be 7 to 14 steps. So we want to make sure that we're creating the content necessary to make sure that we attract attention, that we capture their attention, and we capture, in the case of email marketing, their email address, that we retain their attention inside the inbox, and that we help them grow through this process. So we want to think about that. So this morning, as I was thinking about this word of results and what I wanted to share with you today, I thought about, let's think about the word results. And one of my mentors always uses an acronym to describe things, hoping that it will be memorable, you remember, and thus implement, because everything I'm going to share with you, you may have already heard it, and some of it might be new. It doesn't really matter. What matters is how much you implement starting today, because today is a new opportunity for you to really look at your business in a different way, see what's working, what's not working, and maybe check back on that strategy and that system that you created and see where are the loops. So when we think about the word results, the first thing I would like to encourage you is to begin to do some research by reading and understanding who your client is and what are their needs, what do they want, what are their pain points, why are they suffering, why might they need you. And that you can do either by researching, by doing a research online through search engine research, or you may do by joining a group online, like a Facebook group. And that's the first part. And maybe you need to ask questions, poll questions, surveys. Secondly, once you know, you want to begin then engaging and educating your client. Remember, we're talking about moving them up this ascension model, up the steps to where they need to be and where you would like them to be. So you want to engage them and educate your clients. And when you educate them, you can use any of the tactics and tools we talked about, be it video. You can do a series where you educate them through video, be it blogs. You could do a blog series where you're educating. And I always like to think, which is the challenge for me as well as for you, how do we get them to feel that it's like, let's pretend like a TV show where it's so good and you never know what's going to happen that you want to come back, right? Because the content is so good. That is the challenge that we must overcome. Creating such engaging educational content at first that it becomes memorable and it becomes irresistible. They must have it. And you're leaving them kind of on the edge of their seats. They want to know more. They want to hear about it more. That is the challenge that we must overcome. Then, of course, once we start understanding that, we can start making some strategic planning and planning out our strategies, the next steps that we must take, the next steps that they must take. And I said, this all comes from understanding the buyer's journey. And when you understand the buyer's journey, then you can leverage that understanding as well as leveraging the different tactics and tools that are currently available to you. And many are available starting from free to pay a little bit. And so the question for you is, how are you leveraging that? And how can you better leverage them to get the types of results that you really want and need for your business? Then, as you're moving up these steps, you want to think that, yes, would having great copyright be especially helpful? Absolutely. And I love that you said that, Barbara, because many times, and just this week, I had someone say that they're bogged down by a particular tool. They bought a tool, let's say it's Kajabi, which is the one that I use. There are many tools in Constant Contact. I use that too. But let's say people say, oh my God, I bought Constant Contact. It's so great. I've heard so many great things. That is a tool. Sometimes many people get bogged down. And in Constant Contact, in Kajabi, in PowerPoint, in Facebook, there are many tools that people use that they haven't fully leveraged. And they're not using them correctly because they're forgetting that key component that you just mentioned, Barbara, and that is copy that sells, copy that converts, or content. This past month in January, I did 2 virtual full-day online workshops where they were hands-on, helping people create content to help them to expedite, to accelerate this process in the buyer's journey by creating content that sells. And that could be content for your blog, content for your email marketing campaigns, contents for your website overall, for your sales pages, content for social media. Those types of content, what we did is we worked on learning different tools like StreamYard, like Facebook, like YouTube, like Kajabi, like Constant Contact, like a whole bunch of free tools like PowerPoint and Word, how we use them. And then we talked about the more important part, which is the content that moves people through these 7 stages, because that is the key part. So I'm going to encourage you, because it used to be, and I've been teaching for over 12 years, and I've been teaching on the platform of Constant Contact for over 12, and I used to get bogged down by the tool of Constant Contact. I want to encourage you not to make that same mistake I did. Let's move past the, oh my God, the design has to be perfect. The thing that has to continuously be improved is the content, that valuable, irresistible content, be it on our videos, be it on our social posts, be it on our blogs, be it on our sales pages, be it on our email marketing campaigns. That is what we must ultimately leverage, that content. And in that content, we must be thorough. In that content, we must offer a transformation, meaning something's going to change. People are going to get results, and people are going to be satisfied when they are thoroughly understanding the transformation that you offer. Then the results of that is, of course, sales. Yes. When this is done appropriately, then sales are generated. Now, of course, this is in an ideal world. So I want to make sure that I recap. You want to start with the end in mind. You want to have a strategy to achieve your sales goal. You want to understand the buyer's journey and create content for every step of the journey so that you can encourage them along the journey to move forward and stay with you. You want to create a strong marketing and sales funnel that should coincide with, like for me, the way that I've done it is that I've changed the funnel altogether. When we think about that image of the steps and the ascension model, that is really what I use. And I encourage many companies and speakers, authors, coaches to use that model to think about creating, instead of a funnel, the traditional funnel, to creating steps that move people. And then, of course, create ongoing content and be consistently improving upon the content. Go back, review, analyze what's working, what's not working. That is so important for us to do. So I hope you remember these simple secrets to increase your results online. And by the way, if you've stayed with me this far, I want to remind you or tell you or share with you, if you don't know yet, to please, if you want more, I want to encourage you to please save the date and make plans to join me here online on Thursday, April the 29th, 2021. Why? Well, on that day, we're doing our first 2021 Bizniversity sales. Now, this is where you can help me, and this is how you can win today. What I am doing today is I am going to select a winner to get a free ticket to our upcoming event Thursday, April 29th. And there's a few ways that you can be a winner. Today, the way that you can be a winner is by helping me. I want to come up with a better name than the Bizniversity Sales Summit because we are focusing on April 29th all about generating online sales, be it with email marketing, with your website, with blogging, with podcasting, with video. We want speakers who can share their success of leveraging a tactic and maybe a specific tool to generate results online. And results will ultimately calling them sales. We want the cash, we want the money, we need it. Therefore, I would like to hear from you. Which name do you think we should call it? I don't want to call it a summit anymore because there's so many summits online. I think we should call it something more interesting. So here are some of the names that I have that maybe you can help me with. So one of the names we're thinking about is the Bizniversity Salesational Fiesta. And the reason why I'm calling it the Salesational Fiesta is because it is about sales. It is brought to you by Bizniversity, and the theme is going to be a beach theme because everywhere throughout the country, people are cold and we're going through a winter. Here in Miami, where I am so blessed. I get to look outside and it's sunny and I see the beach and the ocean and it's just beautiful. So I want to share a beach fun event, and therefore I want to share something that is festive. And because my descent, my background is Hispanic and I speak Spanish, I'm thinking of calling it Fiesta. So that's one of the names. So tell me, what is a name that you like? I would love to hear a different name than Sales Summit. So I appreciate you being with us today. I look forward to hearing from you. You can post your answers below. You can also email me, and let me make sure that I share with you my email address. So feel free to email me if you like, and email me your questions, as well as please email me your suggestions, because what we're going to do is we are going to get an email from you, and based on if we pick the name that you've given us for our sales summit on Thursday, April 29th, you will be the winner of a ticket to that sales summit. Also, just want to invite you to come back every Wednesday, because one of the other things that I am doing is that every Wednesday until Thursday, April 29th, I'm going to be selecting a winner to win one of our Bizniversity sales event tickets. So if you want to learn how to really get results online from either your blog, your podcast, your website, your email marketing, your videos, I am right now gathering professional speakers and experts in the field to join us on Thursday, April the 29th, 2021. It's going to be a full day event. And every week here on Bizniversity Live Biz TV, I'm going to be giving away a ticket. So you may be a winner. So make sure to come back every Wednesday at 11:11, because I love to share with you and I love seeing you. And by the way, if you have speakers, experts that you would love to hear from, that you'd like for me to reach out, make sure you let me know and I'll reach out to them. I want to say thank you to Barbara and also to Lois for joining me in the chat today. I look forward to getting your emails and your suggestions on what should be the name for our upcoming Bizniversity sales event. And like I said, feel free to post here, but also feel free to email me. And there's my email below, Evie@Bizniversity. And I'd love to hear from you. So once again, thank you for joining me. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For now, this is Evie Hernandez, your strategic growth speaker. Looking forward to hearing from you and seeing you again. Thank you.